Hey guys, I just wanted to make a short video. I wanted to give myself a high five of how I handled the situation on the phone just now with the customer. So I had a gentleman reach out to me via my Google business profile, and he was inquiring about an estimate for lawn maintenance for the season. So what I did was I went ahead and sent him over an estimate based off his property size using the online software, of course. But then I was thinking about it. This is a time where the spring is rolling in, and I had to, actually kind of interview this customer before I actually give him a valid estimate. So what I did was uh, I gave him the estimate. He said it sounded okay, but it seemed like his messaging was slightly delayed, like as if he was, I don't know, older. And sure enough, he was. But I reached out to him because he sent me over his phone number and email. I went ahead and gave him a call because I didn't want to message the guy to death. And I went ahead and I called him, and he picked up the phone and kind of kicked off the conversation. And I asked him, "Hey, when was the last time your property was serviced?" He was like, "I believe when it started getting cold around May." I was like, "Well, in this area last year, we actually mowed all the way to October and a little bit in November. The grass actually was growing still throughout that time." He was like, "Okay, yeah, it was probably around that time." So I was like, I said, "So what happened to your last guy?" And he was like, "Well, he got sick, and the guys he worked with, and he just couldn't do it no more. So, um, yeah, I was just trying to find somebody to go ahead and take over for this year, so the property's maintained." So I was like, okay. Then I asked next question was, what was his preference? Do he have a preference on his lawn being bagged? Do you know what turf type he have? Because I was trying to gauge, what type of frequency he need. If somebody has St. Augustine grass, of course, I automatically try to get them on a weekly schedule. Just because bi-weekly cutting St. Augustine, it's pretty thick grass. Even Bermuda, pretty thick grass, and it grows fast. Those are the turf types I typically try to get on a weekly schedule. It's kind of hard to get people on a weekly schedule with centipede just because it's a slow grower, low maintenance, and people don't water their lawns. But of course, that's all in continuing to search for the right customers. But anywho, back to what I was saying. So I was asking him these questions. How do you prefer his lawn? Do you know his turf type? Well, he's like, "No, I don't know my turf type." He's like, what did he say? I said, "Do you have trees in your backyard?" Because looking online, looking at the online visibility of it, it was showing that you had a few trees. Yeah, it's a few trees. I was like, "So did your guy usually bag the stuff, or did he mulch it into scar?" He's like, "He used to sometimes he used to bag it." He said he would just put it out on the curve, and so that tells me sometimes the leaves fall heavy, and possibly it may need to be bagged, for the season at least, for him not having it serviced throughout, a few months. It's going to need to be bagged. So the estimate that I gave him, of course, it changed. I was like, "You know what? I can't really gauge with this customer what his property is like without actually visibly seeing it. It's a leaf cleanup, I'm assuming." So I went ahead and told him, "Hey, we're in your neighborhood every week on Wednesday. We have 4 customers currently in your area, and I can pretty much stop by and give you a valid estimate by walking the property. Typically, things you don't have to be home, and typically the things that I look for when I'm walking your property, pretty much I'm looking for any wires that stick out, cable wires, any plumbing, if any plumbing pipes or anything run out of the ground, any wet spots, and if your back fence is over 50 inches, just a lot of, do you have a sidewalk on your side of the road, things like that. Do you have a ditch, things like that." So I was telling them basically the things I would look for that would affect the pricing as far as his estimate. It's not that I felt like he was uncomfortable with pricing, but for some people, they kind of want to figure out, "Well, you use the software and you didn't see my property. Like, that's not fair to me. You're charging me a price without even seeing it." And sometimes it's like that because you really have to put your eyes on it. And I don't want to change up the price point on this guy once I see the property. So I went ahead and told him straightforward. So I was like, "The estimate I gave you, just kind of disregard that for the moment, because I actually would need to walk your property to give you a valid estimate." And he was like, "Yeah, I appreciate it." And it was pretty smooth conversation. But I feel like some customers challenge your intellect when they don't feel like I don't know how to take the wheel, I guess, of the conversation. But once you do, customers are kind of prospects, I would say. They're not customer prospects. They're kind of they respect it when you take the wheel and you kind of inform them on what you do and why you do it, the time of the year, how many times you mow, all that stuff. I kind of gave him a good rundown on my business and how we operate. And that customer, I feel like he had a better perspective than what he already knew because of what I told him. So I told him, hey, I'm Robert Price. I'm the owner. It's me and my wife. It's a family-owned business. Yes, we started out of Moncks Corner area, and we're working our way into the Somerville area. We recently relocated to the area, and we're building the route. So we currently have customers already over here, this, that, and the third. Just to kind of inform them, hey, we're in business. He found me by my Google reviews. Even though COVID-19 is kind of putting a little dampen on my reviews. I know right now I have at least about 10 people that probably already left reviews. Some people screenshot and say, hey, I left your review, like new customers, because I've been doing, of course, a lot of landscaping lately on my Fridays and Saturdays. And after doing a landscape project, of course it looked better. Of course it looked better after I'm done. So people are leaving reviews, but none of those reviews are not coming through just because the COVID-19 situation. So I can't wait till this blow over. Google make updates and it update my profile, because I'm pretty sure I got a wave of reviews coming through, and that's going to help people recognize my business, continue to grow. That's how a lot of my clients find me, and I'm gonna stick my foot down on the gas and keep it going, because I'm actually trying to beat True Green. They got like 125. I got 50. I have about 50 more to go. So that's kind of what I'm aiming for. But yeah, I just wanted to show this short video with you guys to tell you, hey, make sure you're communicating with the customer effectively. And I feel like I'm a good closer, and I feel like communicating with the customer and giving them the understanding of your business and how you operate. He asked about payment. I forgot to tell you that piece. He asked about payment. How do you get paid? How we pay? Because the last guy, he ran it at the end of the month, and sometimes I had to just go to the bank and get cash, and that was a little bit of a headache. Where I was like, well, sir, actually last year we were accepting Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, kind of you name it type payment methods, but it became a little bit of a cash flow issue, and we wanted to simplify our billing and make it more convenient for our customers. That's showing a benefit. It's making more beneficial to our customers by them not having to go to the bank, leave a check under the door and things like that, and you'll be able to pretty much pay seamlessly. Typically we charge 24 hours after the service is completed. If it's any landscape projects, we do just require 50% down if it's over $500. And that's pretty much kind of what I was telling him. So he kind of was respecting where I was going. And he said, well, I'll be more than happy to join you, this, and that, and the third. But first things first, I got to stop by this guy's property and, evaluate how much it's going to cost to do this leaf cleanup. Because I'm sure it's a leaf cleanup just because it haven't been serviced. Weeds probably high, the broadleaf weeds and all that stuff. So that was just a quick tip. I guess kind of quick tip or vlog, whatever. Yeah, that's all I got.